of mud throwing over the bridge at the other guys, It's like they'd have their camp, we'd have ours.
Right.
But most of the time, there's always that ass that put the rock in there.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh, I can't get away. You get a mud ball in the back of the head, but it's got a huge ass rock.
There were always those assholes, man.
Exactly. But anyway,
But that reminds me back up in when I was up in Tennessee. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Well,
you told me all about Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, Tennessee's just a great southern state. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I like hats off to Tennessee, but we got up there one year and we had this big ass firework fight across the street.
That already sounds bad, dude.
I mean, it was horrendous, man. It was. I mean, like cops were involved in shit. At one end of the road. We divided up into two teams.
Well, hold on. Was the cops called because of what you did, or were they in the fight?
No, they were called because of the shit going down. Go ahead. So we got to this point and we decided we was going to break up into teams. I mean, there's a lot of us, man, and there was a lot of money spent on fireworks. So we had the north and the south. And we were across the street like your road right here, except instead of houses, we have, there's pasture, stuff like that, trucks pulled up and this. Right. Well, one end of the highway or the road, they put a sign down there and it said, what was it? Oh, it's like, save your Confederate bucks, boys, the South will rise again. And these were on 4x8 sheets of plywood.
Oh, wow.
So they were big signs.
Yeah.
And way on the other side end of the road, it was just said, it's the North, y'all. That was their sign. It's the North, y'all. Well, we're out there. We're shooting fireworks, right? And this old boy I was on the team with there at his house, his name was Arthur. And he pulled his old 79 Ford pickup. It didn't run. We had to push it out there. Right?
Kind of like that commercial we did. You had to push that truck everywhere.
Yeah. And sadly enough, that was the same year model Ford truck.
Oh, yeah.
That was almost the same looking truck, that green on it. But anyways, it was a funny story. We had the doors open, and that was our only defense. They had pulled two cars up at an angle like this,
right,
45, and that's what they were using.
That was their barricade, right.
But we had a huge box of fireworks in the seat of this truck. We had over 144 gross of bottle rockets. We had skyrockets. We had artillery shells in the back of the truck.
And which side was you on again?
I was on the south.
So was this truck only for the south?
This truck was only for the south.
So they had their old gross on the other side.
On the other side,
shit.
I mean, we bought out all the fireworks stands, man. We bought everything we could find. Kitty chasers, everything we could find, we bought them out. So we're sitting there. We got this huge box of fireworks, bottle rockets. There was thousands of bottle rockets in this thing. I'm talking about thousands. 144 gross.
Yeah. Did anybody have a bottle?
Actually, funny enough, we didn't. What we were using were poles from an old tent.
Oh, shit.
3/4 round. Mine had a bend in it.
Yeah.
And it was like shooting a damn gun. So I'd get 3 or 4 bottle rockets at a time. And I would get them together, and I would twist all the fuses together. I'd stick out the sticks in there. I would light them and go like this and wait, and I'd be aiming at people like a gun. And that thing would go off. Boom. And it would just pow. And then we had the Roman candle, the old Roman candle.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
We had the Roman candles.
I've been shot with a couple of them.
Yeah. You know how it was when we was kids.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this was back in the early 90s, 1990. I hadn't hit the deal yet. So it was back then. But I actually had it after. But anyways, that's another story. But we had thousands and thousands of bottle rockets in this thing. We had a huge box in the truck. We had another box to put in when they ran out. We had hundreds of Roman candles. We had artillery shells that we were lighting and chucking them like grenades. The ones that come in the shaft and they shoot up, make the big explosion.
Yeah.
We were using them like grenades. We shot them.
Like on the Red Dead game when you throw the stick of dynamite and just boom, 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 everything.
Well, we had to learn a couple times vicariously to our own deaths that fuse shoots down.
Yeah.
So as soon as it lights, you got a 2 count. 1, to throw things. But anyways, we're sitting there left and right, fireworks are shooting across. I'm like 5 or 6 at a time on there, twist them all together, put them on things, shooting at people. And those things were hitting like machine guns. It was like, boom, it hit somebody, pop, 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 pop. They had burns all over their shirts and everything. I mean, it was
stupid.
We were stupid, but it was a damn good time. I just like to point out, first off, we were all drinking.
Right.
And this was Tennessee, so it wasn't only beers, there was whiskey everywhere.
So what we're talking is this ain't like a bunch of little kids out doing this shit.
No, this was grown-ass men.
You're even more stupid than I thought y'all were.
These guys were 20, 30, 40, and 50 years old.
See, I did that shit when I was like 12.
Right.
But
well,
anyway,
yeah, when you're 12 years old, you're shooting somebody. Yeah, it's really funny. Pow, pow. But this was a war.
Right.
The North and the South. Well, we're shooting all these fireworks and everything. And finally, I got on the other side of the truck, and Arthur got on the other side. We got our artillery men. We got cannon shooters. We had everybody out there. Those little sleeves they come in, they were throwing artillery shells in there. And they were holding them in their hand, shooting them across at cars.
Oh, shit.
It was so bad the cops were called.
Oh,
cops
shit.
came out there, and we were like, hold up. Johnny Law is here.
Right.
Johnny Law is here.
Nobody shoot Johnny.
Right. So we get to that point, cops come out there, we let them know what's happening, and they tell us, if cars come, you are going to have to let these cars know. So we had to physically pick people from each team, and they had to go to each end of the road to where the signs were and say, hey, there's fireworks going on.
Oh, shit.
You need to go through slowly and honk and let us know you're here. I mean, these signs were way down because we had the whole pasture filled up. So anyways, we get to a point where we're shooting a bunch of fireworks and this and that. This old boy comes running across the road through some bushes on his side of the road. He jumps across the road, hits the bushes on this side of the road.
So this is a northerner.
Northerner. Comes sneaking up, and I saw him out the corner. He had like 2 Roman candles.
Yeah.
And I seen sparks, and I just lit a Roman candle. I was lucky enough. I turned, and I shot that thing right at him. He crashed out from behind the bushes, and that thing hit his right in the ear, Kyle. Hit him right in the ear. And it was one of them Roman candles that turned colors.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was like red, blue, green. So he's like, they hit, it started burning. So he's up there, he drops his shit, and he starts trying to wipe that out of his ear like this. And what was funny and making me laugh is every time he swatted it turned colors.
Changed color.
It was like boom, blue, boom, green, boom, yellow. And I was just laughing my ass off. I kept shooting at him. He hauled ass back across, and they called a halt. They're like, time out. We have a wounded man. So we had to stop, and he had to be taken to the hospital. It set his shit on fire. He said he could no longer, his hair was all burnt.
When you said he come around to that truck, I was hoping you was going to say you shot one in the truck that had all these hundreds of shit in it, and the whole damn thing exploded.
Hang on, the story ain't over.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, we had to call time out, right? So he gets taken literally to the hospital. For real. His wife and his kids were like, you shot him in the ear, Ed. They said he was on our side of the border.
Freaking Ed.
This is a war, bitch. He said, you can't call my daughter a bitch. I'm like, I apologize.
Right.
She's 9. You know? I was in it. We had beers and Tennessee whiskey. So
Like
anyway,
a German joke. While you was having sex, she kept calling out her name. Nine, nine, nine.
She kept telling me her age.
Yeah.
9. But anyways, so they took us to the hospital. I'm laughing too hard because I'm picturing it.
Oh, I thought it was over the 999.
Oh no, and it's not over yet. Well, anyways, it gets to a point, right, where we're still about halfway down this box. This has been this much battle going on, and this has been all day. We're talking about 5 hours into this thing, and we haven't hit the second box yet. And it has just started to get dark, so we hit this thing like at daytime. So This thing goes on, and we're still battling this and that. Beer. Kids are coming out with beers. Get us a beer. Like it's being fucking damn. But anyways, kids are coming out and saying, here's your beer, and thanks, man. Shooting stuff. Well, I got to a point where I had Arthur's window down on his truck, right? And I'm wiring up my bottle rockets,
right.
You know.
Putting all the
wicks together, twisting them all up, stuff like that, putting them in the stick. Well, I'm looking down, and something hit me right in the top of my head. I felt it hit it hard, but I looked up, and it hit it hard enough that I thought somebody ran up and went like that. So I looked up. There was nobody there. I'm twisting. I slide it, and as soon as I go like this, I see something go right in front of my eyes.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, somebody's on this. And I turned like this, and that box that was in the truck, what had happened is a firework hit my hat and went straight into the truck and went down in that box.
Oh, shit.
And then every one of them fucking fireworks, all the bottle rockets, all the Roman candles, and an artillery cylinder.
Oh.
All the smoke, the fire stars and shit was shooting out everywhere. And my fight or flight came in.
Of course.
Right. And as soon as that happened, I shot that firework across the street. And I did like every real man would do. I turned around and I ran. From the fire and smoke. As I turned around and ran, I seen everybody on the porch jump off and run toward the truck. And Arthur was the first one to the truck. He grabbed it out, he dumped it out, tried to get all the good fireworks out. And shit was just going off everywhere. While he's trying to get all that cleared out from the fire and lit ones, I ran to the porch like, what happened? He's like, one guy in the truck. You know, it was like Vietnam, man. One guy in the truck. Oh no. And Arthur said, hold them off.
Oh, shit. Y'all look like really in Civil War.
We ran camos and hunting gear, buddy. So I ran over, got me a handful of things. I started firing, lighting fireworks, shooting at him, stuff like that. He's trying to clear it. And then all of a sudden we realized there was an artillery cell in there. This artillery cell went sparks went every freaking where, man. And Arthur's like, I can't see. It was horrible. And it was a friendly game of fireworks.
Well, no, I have to disagree there. There was nothing friendly about that from the get-go.
So at this point, when the artillery shell went off, somebody throwed up a white flag and said, ceasefire.
We've had enough.
Ceasefire.
We have had enough.
We stopped for a minute. We got all the fireworks separated. We made sure Arthur was okay. Got a beer in him, a couple shots of Tennessee whiskey, and he was like, I'm okay. The spots are gone. All I could see was spots. So after a little bit, they were like, all right, let's get this son of a gun going again. It's like, are you okay? Is your truck okay? It burned the upholstery across the top of the hood, the top of his truck. Everything was melted. He's like, well, it's an old truck. It don't run it. I'm working on it. It's like, well, we got to go get a new roof liner.
You got more work to do now.
We got to get a new seat because that's melted.
Right.
You know, because when a seat catches fire, it just goes. You all right, buddy? Mm-hmm. All right. Be enthusiastic. But
I was getting a drink of beer. Get off my ass.
I apologize.
Ow.
Anyways, ow. So then we decided we was going to continue the fight back on. At this point, when we decided to continue, old boy who got shot in the ear showed back up. He's got this bandage all across his head. All this white bandage and everything. Like, what happened? He said, my ear's okay. There's a lot of burns, a 3rd-degree burn in my ear. And I'm like, he's like, who shot me? I was like, I think it was Arthur. Arthur was his best friend growing up, so he was okay with that.
Right, he'd get away with it.
Even though it was me, I was like, anyways, that went on. And we decided we're going to get it back going. It's like, all right, let's do this. At this point, it's dark. And we've been at this probably about 7 hours now.
Oh, shit.
People are crossing the roads, taking pictures with Polaroids and stuff like that. and they're over there hollering like, save your dollars and this and that. And it's the North, y'all. And then the South's going to rise again. We had Confederate flags and everything out there. It was horrendous. But anyways, I'm going to try to end this story here. Because I got to get home here in a little while. Anyways, we get to the point we all settle down. We end up sitting on the porches as we count the casualties, shirts are burned,
right?
Hats are on fire, trucks of photographs were showing everybody like, hey, this guy was on fire.
Right.
I took 2 pictures of him and his hair's 2 different colors.
I got a green and a red.
So my brother Walter got a place up there. And he goes, you gonna crash at my house? Yeah, I'm coming over there. We are lit.
Right.
And of course, me, Walter, and his old lady, and the girl I was with, we decided we're going over there, and we
You was lit in more ways than one.
More ways than yeah, it was a bad night.
You was lit from the beer, and you was lit from the fireworks. Yeah.
Well, we get over to Walter's house, and we're laughing, having a good time. We get to his house. We sit on the porch. We have several more beers. This time, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I told Walter, I said, look, man, I said, I love to sit down here and do this. I said, but I got to use the restroom and go to bed. He's like, man, you're good going on this and that. We're going to hang out here for a little while. He's got the music playing and everything.
Right.
Well, I go to the bathroom. Yeah, I go to the bathroom and I am drunk. Not drunk, but drunk.
Drunk.
I am toe up, everything.
From the flow up?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, shit, I'm about to piss all over the place. And I'm going to do what he made to do. I sat down because I thought maybe I got to take a shit.
Right.
I sat down on his toilet and I'm sitting there like this. Next thing I know, well, actually, the next thing I don't know is I passed smooth out sitting on that fucking toilet. Well, Walter, being the brother that he is, let me tell you what he did. Walter's bathroom door had a
I've heard
slit.
Walter's story. Yeah. So.
Had a big slit. His bathroom floor his door did not come all the way to the floor.
Right.
And you could stick a damn bowling ball underneath that door at some point. If you were trying to keep the dogs out, they would all come in. But so I'm sitting there, and Walter got the wild ass hair like, well, they just passed out on the fucking toilet. Evidently, he knocked on the door and beat on it a couple times, and I wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
So he knew I was passed out. Whether I was on the floor or on the toilet, he didn't know. But he knew I was passed out in that bathroom. He took a freaking artillery shell.
Oh, shit.
I shit you negative. He cut the tip, from what he told me later, cut the tip off. He lit it, throwed it right underneath that thing. Do you know how big a freaking shot an artillery shell puts off? It looks like the ending of a fireworks stand at the Civic Center.
Right, when they do the final show, yeah.
This thing went off, and it turned colors, too. It went boom. I immediately came to, dick in hand, jumping up. I hit it clean into the bathtub, tore down the whole damn shower curtain, knocked the rod off. I think I tore up the faucets and stuff. I hit that thing, and it's deafening. I immediately went deaf. It's like, boom. It's like the sirens in my head. I was like,
oh, yeah.
You see those movies on
TV? I couldn't imagine.
They got those flashbangs in there. Yeah. That's what it was.
You're sitting there going,
yeah. It sounded like woofers tuning in. That thing went off, and I'm trying to look. All that sulfur was choking me.
Oh, yeah.
And all I could see was red and green. I was in there choking. I finally just hit the bottom of the tub and I pulled that shower. And it was the only option I had. It was like that small little 3-inch pocket of hair. It was like
you could try to breathe, right?
And that thing was just turning sulfur. What else is in there? Gunpowder.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was choked out. Walter kicks open that door like Polaroid pictures going off.
That's what you friends do, though.
It was horrible. That was the perfect end to the best night ever on 4th of July. I went deaf. I went blind. I set a truck on fire.
I'm
I
sure
set
you
a dude's
got
ear
on some fire.
Yeah, my shirt was burnt. I set a dude's ear on fire. It was the best 4th of July story of my life. And I'm going to write it down as the South one.